Hello, everyone, and welcome you all to another chapter of the social media video editing tutorial. So, this is our chapter number 5, and here I will be creating a video ad in Premiere Pro. Okay, so I'll be telling you guys from where you guys can actually get the resources. Okay, and also I'll be telling you guys how you will be able to make a stunning video ad in Premiere Pro. I'll be telling what all effects to use and how you can make a video ad from scratch in this particular application. So let's not waste time and let's get started. So here, as you guys can see, now I'm here in the home page of the Adobe Premiere Pro. First thing, you need to create a new project, and now I will save this project as a video ad. Okay, so I will click on video ad right over here and click onto the create option, and it will redirect me to my workspace in which I am going to work on. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is still loading, but now I already do have this particular page. So from here, let's go to the source window first. And now the first thing, what I'm going to do is I am going to import the medias using which I am going to work right over here. So I'll just open up this file. Let's come right over here and let's go to the downloads option. And from the downloads option, let's select it and this one as well, and let's open both of this video up over here. And again, I will just double click onto my media file. Okay, and from here what you're going to do is you're going to go to the downloads option. Otherwise, you guys can come here and you guys can select wherever you have saved your file. Okay, so I already do have a file named as video ad in Premiere Pro. Here I do have a music, which I'll just open right over here as well. Okay, so right now you don't have any particular thing here in this frame. So I will just move it quite like this. I will keep this one here in the middle. Let's just increase the size a little bit over here as well. Okay, so the first thing which you are going to do is you are going to create a sequence. Okay, so the first part is go to the sequence option, otherwise go to new, and from new you guys can see here you guys will be able to create a sequence. So let me take this 1080p right over here. If you want to go for the settings, you guys come here and you guys will be able to select the settings from here as well. Okay, so now this one is 1920 into 1080p, so this is a vertical frame. And now under the sequence, what I'm going to do is I am going to just type as one, and I am going to click on the OK option. And here you guys can see I do have the vertical panel right over here. Suppose you want to change it. Okay, so in this case you guys can come here and you guys can go to the sequence option, go to sequence settings, and from here basically you will have the same page. Okay, so let's come right over here and let's just save it from here as 1080. Okay, I will just click on 1080 into 1920 over here. Okay, so 1920 right over here. If I click on OK, here you guys can see this is the size of the frame right now in which I am going to work on. Okay, so after creating this sequence, I need to create a solid layer, or you can also call it the color matte layer. So here you guys can see I do have the color matte right over here. If you want to make any changes, you guys can also do that. But this is according to the video settings. So I will just click on OK. And basically, I will be able to choose the color right from here. Okay. Suppose if I want to take this color from here and let's click onto the OK option. And I will just name this one as the color matte 1. Okay. And I will just click on OK. So once you're done with this, you guys can just come here and just drag and drop it here onto the timeline. Okay, so I will just drag and drop this one here on the timeline, and now I will just increase the length or the duration of it. Okay, so now what I have done is if I just want to extend it, I can also extend it. Let's take it to 10 seconds. Okay, so here you guys can come and you guys can just put this thing right here onto the 10 mark. Okay, so here I will come. Let's just put this one here in this particular option. Let's just drag and let's just keep it right over here. Okay, so I do have this color matte over here onto my timeline, as you guys can see. So the next thing is going to be I'm going to put on this particular logo. Okay, so this is the thing, or this is the theme. So for that I will come here and now I will just drag and drop this one just on top of this particular layer. And what I'm going to do is I am going to select this particular EPS layer. So from where you guys will be able to get all these graphics is you need to come here, and here you guys can see free picks. Okay, so this is a great website, and another website is this one. Okay, so this is the pixels. So these are two places. From here you guys will be able to download videos, and here you will be able to download different videos, different images, and also you will be able to get different vectors. So I will just close it up. So now once I have selected this top layer, in that case I will come and just select this particular icon, go to the effects control panel, and now once I have selected this, okay, so now let's come to this particular effects control panel, and now I will be able to increase the size. Okay, so I will just increase the size, and let's just position it a little bit down. Okay, so I will just position it right little down over here. And what I'm going to do is I am going to put on some text here on top. Okay, so for that, what I'll do, the first thing is I will come right over here, and from here I will go to the file option. Okay, and from the file option you guys go to new, and from new you guys can come here and you guys will be able to choose any other color matte if I want to put it. Okay, but instead of that I will go here onto the titles option. Okay, suppose I will just deselect everything. Let's go to titles, let's select new layer, and from here I can select the text layer from here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is if I want to zoom out in this part, okay, I can just zoom in this particular part right over here. Let's just move it up, okay, using the selection tool. Let's take the selection tool from here and let's just move it up quite like this. And what you're going to do is you are going to just increase the text box size. Okay, if you want to increase the text size, you guys will be able to increase the text size from here as well. Okay, so now let's click on T from our keyboard, and from here now I will just click inside and I will just click on enter. So now here you guys can see I do have this particular text quite like this. Okay, again take the selection tool and now just place this text quite right over here. And if you want to increase the size of the text, you guys will be able to increase the size of the text from here as well. Okay, so let's come and let's type the Liam's Bakery. Okay, so I'm just making a video for a bakery. So I will just come here and let's select this particular option, Liam's, and I'll just come down and I will just type bakery over here. Okay, so once I have selected this particular thing right over here, let's select this thing up, and now I will just give this a white color. Okay, so for the color option, what I'll do is I will come right over here and now I will go to the fill color, and from the fill color I will just select this type of color over here, and I will also add up a stroke, but I won't take some big strokes. Okay, so I will just take this kind of stroke right over here, and after that again I will select this selection tool, and what I'm going to do is I am going to place it here in the center. Okay, so now I will just place it here in the exact center, and I will just keep it quite like this. Okay, so now yeah, the text sequence also looks quite great. If I want to just come here and now if you guys see, this is how the first page is going to look like. And to all of this layer, if you want to put any kind of effects, So in that case, you guys first select this one. Okay, so this is the graphic or the text. And from here, I will directly go onto the effects panel. Okay, so after going to the effects panel, what I can do is I will go to the video effects option. And here you guys can see I do have the video effects right over here. And now I can actually put on this all of these things right over here. Okay, so also there are different presets which you guys can actually check, apply and check right over here. You guys can also add some blur. Okay, so here you guys can just put this thing right over here. Okay, so here you guys can see these are basically the properties. Okay, so I will just click right over here. Let's take this one and let's drag and drop it right over here. Okay, so now I will come at the beginning again. Okay, so here you guys can see how it actually fades in and out. Okay, so the same way I will come here and I will go to the effects controls. Okay, and after going to the effects controls, I will come here and I will just come uh, right over here. Okay, into this particular option. Here you guys can see I do have the first blur out option. So if I do want to increase it, okay, so here you guys can see this is how it will look at the beginning. Okay, and after that I want to use the keyframing. Okay, so here for the blurriness I will just come to this particular part. Okay, and after that let's select this one right again, this particular graphic. Okay, and let's go down, and from here what I can do is I'll just select the blurriness, and from here now I will be able to check these things out. Okay, so here I have just increased it. So in that case again what I can do is I can just put this thing to 0 and I can just click on enter. So here you guys can see automatically I do have a lot of keyframes. Okay, and it will just disappear quite like this after some time. Here you guys can see. Okay, and here at this point it will just disappear, and from here what I can do is I can just give this place a cut. Okay, so I will just come here and now I will just click on shift and I will click right over here and I will just give this a cut here and here as well. Okay, so from here I will select this selection tool and now I will select both of this and delete this particular layer. Okay, so now let's check this out how it actually looks if I come here, and this is how it will just fade out. And after that I will come onto this point as well. I will just take my razor tool and here I will just give a cut, select the selection tool from here, select this particular layer and just delete this particular layer from here as well. Okay, so now the next thing what I'm going to do is I am going to select another layer. Okay, so this first page is basically done, and after that I am going to select a color matte again, and from here now what I'm going to do is I am going to click OK over here and I'm going to take a white page. So click on OK and I will save this one as the color matte 2 and I'll just click on OK. So I will just drag and drop this one right here just beside this one, and the first thing after that I am going to put up a video. Okay, so on top of this color matte, okay, I will come here on top of this color matte I am going to put up a video. So here you guys can see I do have this particular video right over here, and what I'm going to do is I am going to take this video and I'm going to drag and drop it right over here. Okay, so now I'll select this particular layer and let's come right here. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to put up a cut. Okay, so I will just take up my razor tool right from here and I'm going to give this thing a cut. And now once I have selected this one, I will just again select the selection tool, select this layer and now just delete it. Okay, so I will just delete this part right over here and just cut it out and just select this layer as well. Again, now I will just scale it up accordingly. Okay, so again here in the effects control panel and I will just scale it down quite like this. And what I'm going to do is, as I do have this color matte right over here, okay, so this case, I am going to decrease the size of the frame a little bit. Okay, so here from the position option, if I want to just move it a bit on the top, okay, so if I want to move it a bit here on the top, okay, I can just do that by just dragging it. Otherwise, if I do have any particular number, I can also do that from here as well. Okay, so I will just move my particular frame quite like this. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to come here in this particular layer, and I am going to just keep this place empty. So here I do have a white box. Otherwise, instead of doing this one, you guys can also come here and you guys can also add a graphics. Okay, so here you guys can see I do have a particular box right over here. And if I want to add up a box, okay, so here I can come and I can just add up a box quite like this. Okay, so here you guys can see now I do have this particular box right over here. Let's take the selection tool, and what you can do is you can just increase the size of the box, and from top here as well. Okay, so from the top layer you guys can just bring it quite like this, and if you want to move it up, you guys can also move it up from here as well. Okay, so now just move it towards this particular line. Come here onto the graphics option and go to the shape layer. Okay, and you guys will be able to change the color. So let's make this one a white color and just click on OK. So once you're done till this much, and now you can also add different text. Okay, so here is, if you guys just see, okay, so let's see the transition from here. And now here you guys can see this particular graph box is appearing quite nicely. Okay, so now basically if you want to actually put here, okay, you guys can come here onto the effects panel again. Okay, so from the effects panel here also you guys can actually add all of these presets. And here if you want to put any of it right over here, you guys can do that, but I will just use a normal one. I will just use a small video transition. Okay, so I will just come down right over here, go to the dissolve option, and from here I will just add the additive dissolve. Okay, so at the beginning I will just add this additive dissolve option. So let's just start it over here, and this is how this box over here will appear. Okay, so here I do have the additive box as well, and now I am going to add a new text box. Okay, which I'm going to place just on top of this one. Okay, so again I will just click on to the text box which I had before. Okay, so you can use the previous one as well. Okay, otherwise if you want to take a new one, in that case you guys will be able to take a new one that same way. Okay, go to graphics and titles, go to new layer, and now just click on to the text option. So here you do have the text box right over here. And if you want to take another, let's go to the text option, and from here basically you guys will be able to write down your text from here as well. Okay, suppose using this text box over here as well, I can just write down my text. Suppose I want to type over here. Okay, so here you guys can see this is a new text layer. So I will just come here, go from the beginning, and what I'm going to do is I am going to come here and take this text box and I'm going to place it here on top. Okay, so come here and just place it here first. Okay, and now just increase the size of the text box. Okay, so here I will just increase the size of the text box, and let's try to see how it actually looks. Okay, so let's come here and let's take this text box as of now. Okay, so I will just take this particular text box, and what I'm going to do now is take my selection tool. Okay, so I'll just take my selection tool, and now I will just drag and drop this particular layer. Okay, so I'll just take this selection tool, and I will just drag and drop this one from here as well. So for that, if I just need to zoom in a little bit, okay, so I will come here and I can zoom in a little bit, and let's take the selection tool, and from the selection tool, I will come here, let's select it, and let's just delete this layer. So I will just select it from here, and now I will write 100% natural ingredient. Okay, so I will just type right over here. Let's take this graphic again, and let's come right over here. Okay, so I will just keep my text box somewhere around here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write things out. So let's type 100% over here, and I will just click on natural ingredient. Okay, so I will just type this thing up, and now using the selection tool, what I'm going to do is I am going to select this whole thing up. So I will just select this whole thing up from here, and what I'm going to do is I am going to come here. Let's take my selection tool, and using this one, let's just move it up. Okay, if you want to move it up, you guys can also use your right and left key button. Okay, so let's take this one and let's just delete this unnecessary points. Okay, so I don't want to put all of this over here onto my screen, so I will just click onto the delete option, and let's select this one as well and just delete this part here as well. Okay, so now I will just select this layer, and if I want to increase the size of the text box, I will be able to increase the size of the text box from here as well. Okay, so all this text box here on my screen, as you guys can see. Okay, so all of this I am going to just delete this one, as these are just extra text boxes. So I will just click on to the delete option, and here I will select this part as well, and I'll just delete this one over here as well. Now I will come here onto the text option, and I will just come down. Okay, so from here, now what I'm going to do is I am going to decrease the text font size. Okay, so I'm just going to decrease the font size from here, and now I am going to just put on another text. Okay, so let's come right over here, and I will just delete all of this. Okay, so I will come here and let's select this one, and let's delete all this text right from here. Okay, so now here you guys can see I do have this 100% natural ingredient option selected right over here. Okay, and what I can also do is I can now just animate this text. Okay, so for that I will come here, I will go down, and if I do want to scale it up, okay, so from here what I can do is I will just scale it up first. Okay, so let's try to scale it, let's say 500. Okay, so let's select 500 and let's click on enter. And what I can also do here is now, let me just get this text quite over here. Okay, so this particular point, I will come, I will just move my playhead. And when I come to this option, okay, so let's move this playhead over here. I am going to add one animation. Okay, so again, I will just go back here at the beginning. Okay, so I will just come here, I will just move it quite like this, and from here I will just take this one. Okay, so you can just move your playhead quite like this. Let's bring it right over here, and now I will just go back to 100%. Okay, so now let's see it how it actually looks. Okay, so now I will just play it up, and here now you guys can see the box appearing, and now this is how it will actually look. Okay, so this was about that. I will come here, and maybe I just need to uh, put this one quite over here onto the sides. Okay, so let's just put this one here on one side, this particular graphic which I had. Okay, so let's come here and let's just put this graphic here on one side, and now I will just place it quite like this. Okay, so let me just place it right over here. Okay, if I just want to trim it up as well, I will be able to trim it up from here. Let's take this playhead. Okay, let's go at the beginning and let's see how it actually looks. Okay, so here you guys can see I do have this graphic over here as well. And now you guys can see how this particular thing looks like. Okay, so here I do have the graphic right over here. If you want to just move it up, you guys will be able to move it up from here as well. Okay, so again I will come here, I will just move it up quite like this, and now I will just place this text up right over here, and I am also going to move the text box here as well. Okay, so now this part actually looks good. Okay, and I will add another text box here at the beginning. Take the text tool and just type it right over here, and again I will just write the Liam's bakery. Okay, so I will just type the Liam's bakery right over here, and what I'm going to do is I am going to increase the text size. Okay, so now I will just decrease the size of this one from here. I will just come here and I will just put my uh, text box. Let's click on enter, and now using the selection tool, what I'm going to do is I am going to increase the size. Okay, and I will just select all this text all together. So let's come here. Otherwise, let's just select all of it all together. And now let's just align it. Okay, so first I will align it horizontally in the center. And now I will just align it right over here as well. If you want to move up and down, you guys can also use the page up and down button as well. Okay, so I will just select this layer. Let's just keep it right over here. And now I will just select this text again, and I will just align it here in the center. Select the selection tool, and you guys can see now I do have this particular video right over here. Okay, so now I will come here and I will just play this video. Let's see how it actually looks. Okay, so this is the commercial which I do have right over here. Okay, so this is how it actually looks. Okay, so I will just come here and I'll just go on top, and what I'll do is, as I do have this right over here, now if I want to change any graphic, in that case I will be able to create any graphic from here as well. Okay, so let's come here, and here what you can also do is you can just come here. Let's select this particular tool, and what you can do is you can just delete the other icons or other items which you do have here on the screen. So just let's click on delete. Okay, and now let's play this thing up, how it actually looks, and this is how it's actually going to look like. Okay, so here onto the graphic option. Okay, if you come and select the graphic option, let's go to effects control, and from the effects control, if you just come down here, you guys can see first I do have the shape, and after that I do have the video. Okay, so now this one is basically ready. All you need to do is you need to just put up a video. Okay, so here you guys can see this is how it actually looks, and let's come here. Let's just decrease the size of the text box. Okay, and let's just try to put it right over here. Okay, so let's see this one. Okay, so here you guys can see. Now I will just select this particular text from here, and now I'm going to copy this text, and what I'm going to do is I am going to come here and I am going to just paste it right over here. Okay, so you guys can do that. So this is basically a commercial which you guys can actually use. Okay, and here you guys will be able to see how it actually disappears as well. Okay, so now I can also delete this particular part if I want, just to show you guys for the beginning. Okay, I have just accumulated this part. Now just bring it all together right over here, and let's see how this actually looks. Okay, so this is how it will just disappear from here. Okay, so this is just a small video ad which you also can create. So, hope to see you all in the next chapter. See you all. Take care and goodbye.